Hello and welcome to another weekly mod showcase. This is your host, Pelorian. Today we got a small handful of mods to go over. Got another 2 weapons by the awesome and amazing Degenerate Dax. We have a Fallout 76-ish port of the 10mm submachine gun. We have a new scope by Degenerate Dax, vanilla ammunition tweaks by Degenerate Dax. We have a food mod, and some glowing orbs in the glowing sea. So, I believe that is all, so let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so this first mod we're going to go over is the cooking mod. It's called Yellowcake, a food overhaul by Rusalka9. It basically tweaks a lot of the buffs and healing, and the food adds in a bunch more variety of food. And from my understanding, it's not really based like the majority of food around survival. From what I've seen, a lot of the food mods that are out there are based more around survival mode than anything, and for those that don't really want to play survival, it doesn't look like there's as much. This one is pretty interesting. It looks pretty good from what I've seen, so I'll just show you some of the new stuff. One of them is packed lunches. You have things here, they're all in different lunchboxes, so like Caravanner's lunch is 1 Brahmin jerky, 1 chili, 1 razor grain cracker. So you make a couple of the items in the other thing, and then it puts it all together in a Vault-Tec lunchbox. So this one gives you plus 50 carry weight. And they do their healings, they stretched out, so it's not a quick healing from food. It'll take anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes to heal you. It does so much per second, so like this one, you get plus 50 carry weight, but you also get plus 5 rad, or I'm assuming that's rad resistance. But it says plus 5 rads, you get 210 health over 5 minutes. You got your chemist lunch, 50 poison resist, so 15 rad resist, 50 poison resist for 1 hour. So some of these buffs are also extended. Like I believe the carry weight thing, I can't remember how long, but it lasts for a while. The chemist lunch, poison resist, max HP, 50 more HP for 1 hour. You get 270 health, so just a lot of interesting. This one, Vault Dweller's lunch. You get 210 health, but you get plus 50 maximum attack power, plus 50 rad resist, and then you get plus 1 of all your special skills for a whole hour. So some good stuff there. Under Settler, that's where you have your cooking. You got baked potato, something new, grilled corn, roasted gourd, Brahmin jerky. There you go. Chili, ground meat, purified water, silt bean, and potato. Fruit porridge, razor grain crackers, so purified water and razor grain. And then your usual stuff in here. Utility, that's still same. And Wasteland, you got cat on a stick. So you got cat on a stick. You got ground meat, you got mole rat meat, mongrel dog meat, and rat root. So it's like 3 different animals ground up. Got mutt jerky, atom crackers, brain fungus, dirty water, and razor grain. Gorilla ribs, glowing porridge, gorilla steak, lurk chowder. Got Yagua jerky, claw jerky, death gator claw and death claw. So both same name, and then royal lurk, which are from the Queen Mire lurk and Queen Nuka lurk. So, and as you can see too, a lot of that stuff adds like 0.2 HP 5, so 5 minutes you get 60 health. So different health over here, HP list of health, you get some different. He also tweaked a lot of the buffs and stuff off of the regular vanilla ones, so like plus 15 rad resist. Oh, so maybe that's when it just says rads, that's how many rads you get. Okay, so plus 15 rads, plus 50 rads. Okay, so then the packed lunch, that's plus 5 rads. So okay, so this one you would take. Okay. So you would take reds, okay. So this one would be plus 50 damage resistance and 15. They did mention that they upped the rads on a lot of stuff, and even like the post-war stuff. That they can, oh, sky's going overcast. But that they upped the rads on the food, even the pre-war food. So sounds like interesting. There's another mod that he suggested to go along with it. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is. He lists it on the page. There's a good mod on his page that he recommends using, so if you're interested in food and more stuff like that, more variety and more buffs and longer hits, so food doesn't heal quite as quick but gives you nice long buffs and stuff and more stronger buffs, then check it out. It looks pretty cool. I'm definitely interested. Go put it in my mod list. Alright, so here is the mod Wicked Glowing Sea Orbs by Leaf Tongue. I guess it's part of Wicked Weather. They put out a couple mods, I guess, for NAC X. And I believe Vivid Weather to add some interesting looking stuff. But basically, with this mod, whenever there is a rad storm, you get these glowing orb things here. And they basically just float around. They shift in shape and size and color. They're green, then they're yellow and different stuff. But I think they look pretty cool because when you like walk around area, like, you know, with this whole fantasy type thing, I think it looks pretty interesting to have these things floating in the air. So just a little touch, but I think it looks pretty cool. So you can check out some of his other stuff too for the Wicked Weather, but yeah, looks pretty interesting. So just thought I'd highlight it real quick. Looks like a little cosmetic thing if you like little floating stuff. I mean, the radiation being around for 200 some years like this is already crazy enough, so why not throw some extra special effects on top? It's not like the game is super realistic anyways. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons and stuff here to finish out our mod list. The first one is a 10mm submachine gun by Domsky. It's the, I think it's called the Appalachian edition. Basically, from my understanding, this 10mm submachine gun is based off of the 10mm submachine gun in Fallout 76. There is another 10mm submachine gun on the Nexus. It's based off the Fallout 3 version. It's a little bit different. I think there's a little bit more... It doesn't have the wires on the back as far as I'm aware, and it's just a little bit different, but they're two different games. But this one looks pretty cool, so go ahead and take a look at it. Receivers, you got your standard, armor piercing, hardened receiver, rapid receiver, hardened piercing receiver, and a powerful receiver. For barrels, you have the compact barrel, the short barrel, which just adds this little guy up here, a stub barrel, just adds a little square on the front, stabilized barrel, adds a little flare on there, and a copper, it looks like copper. A long barrel, a stabilized long barrel, and a suppressed barrel. It's a interesting, nice looking suppressor. That's pretty cool. Alright, for grips you have the short stock, a wire stock, and an improvised stock. So a wire stock with a piece of wood and some tape on the end, and a little bit of wiring around. And a recoil compensating stock, so looks pretty nice. Magazines, you got standard magazine, quick eject magazine, a drum mag, and a quick eject drum mag. Scopes, you got standard sights, got large sights. So standard sights just gives you a little circle up here. Large sight adds in some extra stuff, makes it a little bigger. And then you got your reflex sight, so pretty standard. Alright, so not too much on there, but looks nice. Alright, so next one I'm going to look at is the scope. This is a 45 pistol scope made by Degenerate Dax. Just a scope, but it looks pretty nice. Just a standard one, but nice looking scope for it. And that's just listed under short scope, so got your reflex and your short scope. But it actually is based off a real life one, because I had actually seen a picture he showed, and it's pretty close to the real life version, just a little bit different emblem. But yeah, so if you like that, something different, different design, but based off a real one like that for your 44 pistol, go ahead and download that. It looks pretty cool, does its job. Alright, next one we're going to look at the Institute Disruptor pistol. The Degenerate Dax put out, I believe, last Sunday. For this one, your receiver, you got standard capacitor, a photon capacitor, photon agitator, boosted capacitor, boosted photon agitator, a maximum capacitor, and an overcharged capacitor. Says, looks like about same damage, 25 damage all the way across the board for it, so it doesn't increase damage. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, it says improved damage, superior, better damage, but I may have to mention that because looking at it, it doesn't look like it's changing the damage at all. Huh. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, so barrel, you got your standard barrel, a magnetron barrel, a pulse barrel, shoots rings of projectiles that paralyze organic enemies, short-circuit robots. And then overcharged barrel, fires an overcharged pulse that shuts down robots and power armor. That's pretty cool. The magnetron fires a ball of condensed energy, so nice. Grips, you got standard grip and light grip. So standard grip has this little bar thing here. Light grip has this here. And that's about it. Not really too much to that one. And then lastly, they put out the Handmade assault shotgun. So first we'll look at this. There's a lot of things to this. This one, that thing just looks badass. I mean, seriously, that looks nice. Based off some of the parts and stuff from the handmade rifle, but looks really nice. Alright, so receivers. Got light standard receiver, light frame receiver, heavy frame receiver, calibrated receiver, hair trigger receiver, hardened receiver, powerful receiver, calibrated powerful receiver, advanced receiver, automatic receiver, which is what this thing does, and it's pretty crazy. Armor piercing automatic receiver, hardened automatic receiver, rapid automatic receiver, hardened piercing auto receiver, and a powerful automatic receiver. So yes, it can be both a semi-automatic and a full auto handmade assault shotgun. Barrels, you have a sawed-off barrel, a standard barrel, and a long barrel. Grips, you have wood pistol grip, a light folding stock, a full stock, recoil stock, marksman stock, and tactical stock. For magazine, you have standard magazine, a large magazine, it looks pretty cool, and a drum magazine, which is what this guy has. Scopes, you have standard sights, just your regular iron sights. Glow sights. You have the scrap reflex sights, like we're on the M1911 by CSEP Project. You have scrap hollow sights. It looks pretty cool. It's like a little makeshift hollow sight. You got your reflex sight, combat optics. That thing looks pretty nice. I likes it. You got a short scope and a medium scope. Muzzle brakes, you have no muzzle. You have a choke. Just puts a little bit on the end. A compensator. A muzzle brake, which is what's on this one. A spiked muzzle brake. And a suppressor. That thing looks gnarly. Alright, so handguard, you got the wood handguard, this thing right here. A sheet metal handguard. Looks pretty nasty. A plastic handguard. Just kind of a black design. Recoil handguard and a marksman handguard. Shell type, well actually I'm going to show you material first, then we'll go there. So here we have standard color, you have disciples color, operator's color. So standard is black, the operator's color is more silver with some design. Your Disciple's color is more black with the dark wood and the handle, like black and green, and then painted. I'm assuming this would probably be more like, maybe like the pack. But yeah, you got your painted one, so it does come with paint jobs, so that's pretty cool. And then lastly, this one's a bit, you can have different shell types. You can have junk shot shell, less damage, wider spread. Flechette shells, shoot armor-piercing darts, cause bleeding, with a tighter spread. Dragon breath shells are incendiary shells, set targets on fire for 15 points of damage with a wider spread and shorter range. Magnum buckshot shells for increased damage and increased recoil. Slug shells for single high projectile, better accuracy, range, and tighter spread. Rifled slug shells, single high heavy projectile, exceptional accuracy, range, and tighter spread. Pulsed slug shells, a single heavy projectile, better accuracy, range, tighter spread, and bonus electrical damage. Plasma slug shells for single plasma projectile, better accuracy, range, and tighter spread. And explosive shells, explodes on impact, wider spread, less range, and fewer pellets. So that is pretty cool. They add in a lot. I mean, it's interesting because if you look at it there, it takes 2 aluminum, 3 fertilizer, 3 oil, 1 plastic, and 2 steel to make explosive shells. So it's pretty cool. You'll be able to craft that. I think this thing's pretty cool. And then, keeping with what I did in the last one, where I forgot to cover some of it, I'm going to try to remember in my videos to cover all the uniques. There was no unique for the Disruptor pistol, and there was no unique for the 10mm. For the shotgun, you have Fuck Off. Basically, this one has a standard receiver, standard barrel, wood pistol grip, standard magazine, standard sights, no muzzle, a wooden handguard, no shell type, and standard color. So nothing super special. And then, and stay back. Sends enemies flying on hit, 25% less action point cost. That one has standard receiver, standard barrel, light folding stock, standard mag, standard sights, no muzzle, sheet metal handguard, no shell type, and standard color. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the 10mm submachine gun first. Got a nice rate of fire. Got a nice sound to it. The damage is only 18, which is pretty much standard for 10mm pistol, except I'm using Degenerate Dax. Oh jeez, I got a Rad Storm coming in. It's I use Degenerate Dax ammo overhaul, which I will cover at the end, and in that one it makes a 10mm pistol to do 30 damage, so therefore this one actually does a little bit less, which is understandable being full auto, but gun looks nice. Nice rate of fire, nice sound, so if you like that stuff, yeah, check it out. It looks pretty cool. Alright, got rid of that Red Storm. Let's take a look at this guy. So yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, textures aren't anything super high def. Some decent normal mapping, but nothing super spectacular, but you know what? It fits in with the world of Fallout. It's got a nice look to it. You're looking down the sights. It looks good. Can't complain about it. Definitely fits in with the aesthetic. It looks good. I like it. Nice sound. Nice looks. I think it's a pretty decent one. I haven't tried out the other 10mm that's been out a couple years. I'm sure it's pretty good too. But if you like something simple, based off Fallout 76, give it a try. Alright, next up, just going to show you the scope on the 44 pistol. This is what it looks like. Pretty standard. Nothing super special about this one, just a scope. You see there, it's got the MA, but looks good. Just a nice little scope. Next up, the Institute Disruptor. So, looks pretty cool. Just another Institute weapon to add into the game. Yeah, thing looks pretty nice there. You can see. And it will work with any of the mods you have for Institute weapons, because I have Gamoy's Institute weapon retextures and it works with it. It looks good. So it will work if you have like Deep Polaris or the black and white Institute weapons. It'll work with that. if you have Black Institute weapons with the dark ones, it'll work with that. So go ahead and take a look at it in action. You can see there, little cone of energy. Looks pretty nice. Now we're just starting with the more basic one. This is Fuck Off. This is one of the unique shotguns. Don't really know what's super unique about it, being that it's just doesn't do any kind of special effects or anything, but it looks nice. It's pretty cool. It's a semi-auto. Your standard iron sights. That one does 50 damage. Alright, and stay back. This one, also iron sights. Same damage, same thing, just a little bit different there. It's a little more accurate than the Fuck Off. Worth more. And lastly, for the homemade assault shotgun for the full auto, this guy is crazy. Looks pretty nice. I'm only going to show you this one because the other ones look kind of similar. So, yeah, give you an idea. Looks pretty cool. Nice rusty texture on there. But yeah, if you like yourself a nice homemade type as another alternative to the combat shotgun to get something else, it looks good. And I'm not 100% sure if that scope there is something they made or if that something was in the game, because I don't remember those numbers being on the front. Or maybe it's something else I have, but yeah. Hi, dog meat. Yeah, I think it looks good there. Nice looking gun. So yeah, definitely good job with that. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and show you his other mod, just in a few examples real quick. Alright, so as an example, I spawned in a couple weapons here, I wrote down their damage value, and then I currently have the Degenerate Dax mod on, so I'm going to show you the values with his mod on, and I'm going to show you them off, to show you the difference between just a small handful of weapons, and that'll kind of give you an idea of it. Basically just changes the value on the ammunition and stuff. So Disruptor pistol's 25, 10mm pistol's 30, 44 is 44 damage, Plasma pistol is 24 damage and 24 energy damage, 10mm submachine gun has 18 damage, sniper rifle is 62, laser rifle is 26, combat rifle has 28, handmade assault shotgun has 40, the double barrel shotgun has 50, minigun has 20, flamer has 12, and stayback has 50, and fuck off has 50. So I wrote those down. I'm going to go disable the mod. I'll be back and I'll show you a comparison in the damage values. Alright, so the mod is called Dax Ammo Rebalance. And now we're going to go through and show you what the difference is. Basically, he changes the ammunition damage, so depending on the receivers you use, you still get increased damage, but it changes the default ammunition damage. And he does also cover a few of the munition ammo that is used in his weapons, like say the 22 for the 22 LR pistol and stuff like that. He changes the damage value in that, but he only does it for ammunition that he actually uses in his weapons, not for all of them. So it only covers his stuff and maybe CSCP projects. So alright, so Disruptor pistol still 25, 10mm is 18 now. It was 30 with his, so it bumps it up 12 points of damage. Some people say it's a bit overpowered. It depends. I don't know. Even at level 1, it's like if you're getting shot in the face with a 10mm, it really gonna be that much. So 44, it was 44 damage. Now it's 48, which means he went 4 points of damage less on the 44. So he actually nerfed that by 4 points, buffed this by 12. Plasma pistol stayed the same, 24 and 24. 10mm submachine gun stayed the same. So I guess that one may be a little different with that one, not sure. Sniper rifle is 46, but in his it's 62. So it actually went up 16 points of damage. So 16 points of damage buff. So I did hear too he was trying to get some of the ammunition to be more useful late game, I think is what it was. Alright, so laser rifle is 26. That was 26. So actually, if I remember, I don't think he covers energy weapons. I think he only covers ballistic. So lasers and plasma will still stay the same. Combat rifles 33. It was 28 in his, so he nerfed it down by 5 points. So that one's a nerf by 5 points for the 45. Handmade automatic shotgun, 40 damage. He has 40 in here, so that one may stay the same. The double barrel here is 45, but it's 50 with his, so could also be different receive because that's an automatic. And because that one's automatic, maybe because that's why they're less. So this one got the 12 gauge here, got nerfed by 5 points of damage. Minigun got a huge buff because it is 8 damage now, and it's 20 in his, so it got 12 point buff, so that's not bad. The flamer is 12, so that one did not change, that stayed the same. And the damage on those stayed the same, so. Alright, so. Oh, do a real quick thing here at the end with a short gameplay using the minigun against the, against the Deathclaw, since it's, I mean, yes, I'm in God mode, so it is what it is, but I want to see compared the damage, since it's 12 more points of damage, how it compares against the Deathclaw with 20 instead of 8. I want to see how it actually compares, how fast it can take it down. Is it worth it? Is it overpowered? I mean, killing these guys real quick, but they're not Deathclaws. Haha, here we go. Let's see what you can do. Dang! That quick, huh? Jeez. I don't know if that actually is overpowered or... Jeez. Yeah, power armor. What do you expect? There we go. Alright, so, yeah, apparently, yeah, that thing's quite powerful now. So, I know at level 1 against the Deathclaw, that took him down pretty quick, so, don't know if that's a bit overpowered or not. That's your personal choice. It's not too bad. But yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and show you that, so, yeah, hopefully you enjoy the mods this week. Definitely got some interesting ones. Degenerate Dax is definitely on a roll this week. So some good stuff there if you feel like checking it out. Some glowy orbs and the rad storms, and then a food overhaul. So if you like that stuff, go ahead and check it out. And I will see you all next week in the next weekly mod showcase. Alright, take care. It's Pelorian out.